Beat Up Cat family, welcome back to the channel, baby. You know who we are. This is and I'm male boys and girls. So we got a card in our hands, but before we start that, we want to give you thanks for all the views, the likes, and the possible comments. We appreciate that. It means the world to us. We work very hard on this channel. Every time we record and upload, and it's always, I'm telling you, it's always almost 2 hours for every video, from recording to uploading, editing, from all the things. So when you guys are watching it and taking a little bit of your time to watch us say some stupidity, we appreciate that. We love it. All right, so we are going into the 5th week in a row, and we got a card in our hands. So we're gonna start with the first fight, which is between Mr. Rodriguez. Give me 1 second. I was in the wrong page at the wrong time. I was not in Pornhub though. I was somewhere else. Alright. 1 second. Here we go. Alright, so it's a bantamweight bout between Rodriguez versus Weems, and this is actually our first pick, and it's going to be Rodriguez. Very simple what we're picking Rodriguez. He's got the advantage in reach. He's got more takedown. He's a takedown type of guy. However, he doesn't use it that as much. He does it as a last resource. The other guy is a plain striker. And you guys know how this goes. Rodriguez, we've been watching him. He's very aggressive on his style. And I don't think Weems is going to last the 3 rounds.
And also, Weems entered as a replacement, late replacement. So you will know if his card is going to hold up when he has a training camp. He doesn't have the best card in the world, and you know, like a very late replacement, he's going for the money, you know. And we saw Christian Rodriguez in his last fight, that was his only loss. He almost beat Jonathan Pierce, and we know how good is Jonathan Pierce. So you know, I think that the UFC is feeling this guy. He's really young. He's only 22, and he has a lot of potential. You know?
Alright, so the next fight, it's a flyweight bout between Durden and Mota. Now I do not know who's Mota,
Yeah.
but they're favoring this fella. There's a reason probably why they are doing this, but favoring this guy over Durden.
Me.
Wait, I have no idea. So I'm gonna let JC.
Yeah.
He probably did some research on this.
Okay.
I didn't.
Okay. Durden was supposed to fight another guy, and the guy pulled out. I think that was because of an injury, and they called last Thursday this guy Carlos Mota. He's a champion from LFA, so he just fought like a month ago, and he's really good. But you know, like LFL is not the same level as UFC, so we don't know how good the other guys are. The only thing I can tell you is like Mota hit like a truck. He knocked people with kicks. So we have to see, but I think that Durden, they are underestimating because he's a heavy wrestling. So we don't know if it's the cardio of Mota is gonna hold up,
or his takedown defense. It's something about this guy that they are favoring this guy.
This fight is awkward, but if you ask me, I prefer the proof Durden that he has been fighting in the UFC for a long time. He's a veteran. That the other guy, that anyway, when you step up from a level to another one, if you are not a beast or you have set to a level, you're not gonna be at 100%. So this card, I was talking to Mel before recording, is not the best card in the world. So we are taking our spot, like we said, like we have been learning in these videos that we have been doing for 8 months now. So we are perfectioning our art, and you know, like getting the best odds that we can. So there is very fight that deal. But if you ask me, I like the underdog in this one.
Yep. Now, pay attention, Durden. They're favoring this guy over you. Probably these motherfucking judges are betting. So you gotta knock this guy out or finish him. So they don't steal it from you, my boy. This is what I smell. It's not the first time that I've seen this, and I've been paying attention to what's going on. So my guy, knock him out, finish him. Because if the other guy, if you think you beat him by significant strikes, I'm gonna take it from here. All right, so the next fight is a featherweight bout between Hooper and versus Garcia. Well, this fight seems enticing. It seems one of those fights where you can bet. Uh, I'll say they both have similar chances to win, but Hooper has the biggest chance of winning this one. But it's not a pick. But I'm saying if you guys are gonna do it, I will say fight doesn't go to decision. These two fellas are gonna finish each other.
The lines are too wide, and Hooper hasn't showed that he's the best prospect in the world. You know, he has potential. He's only 23, but you cannot be putting minus 300 on a guy that, you know, like he rely on being on bottom and try to submit you. You know, like he has been improving his striking, and maybe after like 8 months that he hasn't fight, it's better. But we have to see it. And Steve Garcia, he just got knocked out by Makache, the Chinese guy. That's not a very good look, so we have to see. You know, this is a good fight to see where Hooper is right now.
Yeah. So we're gonna move to the next fight. It's a middleweight bout between Holmes versus Park. Now, initially, I will go to Park and say he's gonna destroy this guy because Park, as of late, has been having a nice run, except the second to last fight that he got knocked out. But before that, he had like 3 fights a streak, winning streak of 4, and then he won the last one against Enders. But there's a disparity here in reach. Now, Holmes may not seem like the hottest prospect, but he's got all the reach. He's got the height. He's got all the reach. If he fights his fight, he should take it. All he's got to do is hold down for those 3 rounds, keep the guy at a distance, and when he sees an opportunity, once he tires him out, finish it. That's what I would do. But if I will bet on any of these guys, I will do the same one as Holmes and Hooper and Garcia. I would just fight doesn't go to decision because these guys are gonna finish each other. I do believe that Holmes has a bigger chance of finishing Park than Park finishing this guy. If Park finishes this guy, I'll be surprised. But just in case that you want to keep your money safe, you want to pick both fighters, or you want to pick one decision that's actually gonna guarantee your money just a little bit more with a high percentage, I would say fight doesn't go to decision.
That's what I would say. 2 guys are really dangerous. So,
yeah.
You know?
And the next fight, and I'm really happy about this one. It's a heavyweight bout.
Old guys.
Even though it's very old, Arlovsky versus De Lima. Now, I do believe there's not a pick here. I do believe that Arlovsky is gonna win this one, even though Arlovsky is the oldest, or it is the oldest between the two. But Arlovsky has been fighting for the last 4 fights. He's been winning. He has 4 winning streak. The other guy is coming from a loss, from a very brutal loss, and I think that's enough for an old man like Arlovsky to actually pull through. He's gonna get motivated. However, he shouldn't get too comfortable with this fella because 6 years behind him, it's actually 6 years that the other guy probably has a little bit more energy, healthier. So he needs to fight his fight, and he should definitely get it.
I think that Rogerio is gonna take it because Arlovsky, like you said, Mel, he has been winning like the last 4 fights. But the problem over there is like the guys that he has been facing, they have no power, like heavyweight power, and we have seen like this old Arlovsky when he fight with someone that have power, like knockout power, he's cheating right now. He has been knocked out 11 times. You know, right now I think that Arlovsky is the oldest fighter in the roster because I have to say that Olenek just was cut by the UFC, so Arlovsky is the older right now. And if Rogerio can like punch Arlovsky with a straight right hand, I think that's gonna be over. But if Arlovsky play his game, like picking parts and doing it the outside, he can win it, you know. So
also no pick over there, but if you know that's a decision for you fellas to do. Now the next one is also not another pick. So here is a middleweight bout between Haas versus the Litz. I do believe this one, the Litz might take this one. The reason why I believe that is it's got a little bit more takedown average than Haas I'm concerned though about, because if he doesn't take Haas quickly down to the ground, if he doesn't gas him out just a little bit, Haas' strength is going to be too much for this fella. That's the only thing that I'm worried about. If Tulisa can take this guy down early in the match and take him down at least three times and tire him out, or just take him down once and keep him there, ground and pound, and gas him out,
Yeah.
he would take this one. But if he decides to rock and roll with this guy for the 3 rounds, his head gonna roll.
Yeah. Or if the takedown defense of Haas has been improving, he's gonna have a long, long night. And we know that Haas, his name is Marathon for something, you know. So he's in danger. But again, this is a weird fight, so we don't want to do nothing with that one.
We're not going with this one. So, and the next fight we're gonna go with a lightweight bout between Jacoby versus Roundtree. Jacoby, he is the favorite, but you know us, we don't give a shit. We are going with Roundtree in this one. Although
Money fight.
it's a money fight, Roundtree has been fighting good and has been fighting here and there. We are counting that he fights on his best fight scenario.
Yeah. I think that this is like his last chance, like going like in the rankings and have a run. And he has been doing good. And if you saw his last fight against Bakauskas, he do the oblique kick and he fought up Bakauskas. Bakauskas has been 1 year out, like he cannot fight. I don't know if he can come back anymore because he fought up his knee. So that kick is something that you have to be careful of. And Dustin Jacoby is a good kickboxing, so you know that Roundtree is gonna have that kick over there, so it's dangerous. So in a fight that I think that is almost a picking, if Roundtree do his fight, I prefer to be with the ticket than the underdog, the plus one.
Yep. So that's that. We're picking Roundtree on that one, which is our 3rd pick of the night. 3rd or 2nd?
That is our second.
Okay, that is our 2nd pick of the night. So we're gonna go, and the next fight is gonna be a middleweight bout between Freb MD versus Gore. We're picking Gore on this one.
Money fight again.
It's a money fight. It's 2 money fights in this one. We've been watching Gore. This guy is strong.
I think that the pressure has been doing a lot with him because you know, like this guy came out from the Ultimate Fighter. He looked like a great prospect, and then he came to UFC and he has not been doing the same. He just got caught by a punch by a Birchman. That is not a boxing, but you know, like anyone can land a punch and can knock you out. But I think that this guy has potential, you know, like I think that he has to win this one. If he lost it, he got caught because it's gonna be 3 losses in a row. So you know, I think that it's go now or never. So he's a must-win fight for him.
Yep, he needs to take this one because he has to. Alright, so the next fight is gonna be between Cortez. It's a heavyweight bout between Cortez and Bandera. We are picking
lock
up.
of the night.
We're picking up Cortez, and the reason is very evident that we're picking Cortez. They are feeding him.
Yeah.
Free money.
Bandera, both those guys come from the Dana White Contender Series, but we have just seen Bandera. He has lost the 4 fights that he has on his record in the UFC. I think that Gore, he has to win it or lose it. He has been losing not to better competition, to Chairman. He lost to Romanov, no shame on that. He lost to Arlovsky, and he lost to Olinik. So you know, if he doesn't win this one, I think that he's gonna be cut. Like Melcel, they are feeding the other guy that is undefeated. Also, he's Hispanic, and you know that UFC want to open to Latin America and get more viewers and get more fighters over there. So I think that this fight for Cortez, you know, but it's heavyweight. Any check can happen, but Bandera is not a guy with knockout punch. He's more like a volume guy. And we know that Acosta has a lot of power on his hand. He has the Mangu power, you know, he's Dominican. So we're counting with that Mangu power in this.
So that's for sure. We're going to be picking Acosta. And the next fight is a welterweight bout between Means versus Griffin. Now, we are picking Griffin in this one because
Means is 38 years old. Griffin has been looking the best in his career since a long time. Now he's getting knocked down. He has been knocked out the last 4 opponents that he had. The last fight that he had was against Neil Magny. We picked Neil Magny and Neil Magny won, but I think that fight Griffin got robbed because Magny with that win, I think that he got the more winning in the welterweight and he broke the record of St. Pierre. So I think that the UFC do something over there for that. And Griffin has been looking great. And if we see Team Means, the last fight that he has, he's not like that toughness that we saw before. He get knocked out, he got submitted by Holland. You see that his reaction to punches is not the same. Maybe like Cowboys and Ronald said one, like you don't want to get hit, you know, like he has more like 55. And I think that when you get older, you don't like so much violence like before, right?
Yep.
So much briefing over there.
And now we're gonna go and move on to the main event of the night. It's a featherweight bout between KATTAR versus Allen. Now, whoever knows KATTAR would say he's gonna take it, but whoever also knows Allen, they say is gonna take it. This is my take. If Allen take this guy to the ground, it's gonna be
Long night.
it's gonna be a long night for KATTAR.
But we know the takedown defense of KATTAR also.
Yes, I mean it's good, but I don't know if it's as good as Allen level. So I wanna see this. Now this is the thing. Well, Allen hasn't fought the who's who yet. He's still coming from an 11-fighter streak. Even if you're fighting trash, you barely see any fighter now coming from 10-11 winning streak. Barely anyone does it. The last person who did it was Ferguson.
Yeah. He was an interim champion.
And this guy, we said it the last couple of fights he won. This kid is dangerous, not only on the ground, but he's a really good striker. Now, is he a better striker than KATTAR? No, not yet. KATTAR is a more experienced striker than Allen. And if what Allen needs to do is what I always say when you have somebody right in front of you that's a better striker, trade some blows, get him in the open, try to take him down, tire him out a little bit, and then you might trade blows all night, and I guarantee you're probably going to win that one. That's what Allen needs to do. He needs to take this guy to the ground, and whenever the opportunity arises. He's got 5 rounds to do so. He needs to take him at least twice the first 2. And that's easier said than done. Like Yacy said, KATTAR has a very good takedown defense. Let's see how this plays out. This is a really good test for Allen, though.
Also, another thing that I want to say is that this is a fight of 5 rounds, and we haven't seen Allen in 5 rounds. And we saw what happened the last time that we bet someone that hasn't been in the 5 round in Serukian. You know that we have to see how his card is gonna head up. So you know,
if he goes to the 5 rounds, if he goes to the 5 rounds.
if he goes.
Like I said, this is gonna be a test for Allen. If he passes this test, it means this guy is right on the first 5. He beats KATTAR, he's right on the first on the top 5 on that division. I don't care what anybody says. Because who's better than KATTAR? Volkanovski and Holloway. Who else?
This guy Emmett, but I think that fight he wanted, that they take it away from him.
So there's not many guys on top of KATTAR. That's my point right there.
Yes, sir.
And let's see. This is a very big test for Allen. And if KATTAR obviously wins against this,
he's again in the food chain, in the top of the chain.
And they might give him a title after the next fight or so. So let's see what happens. So let's revise the picks, boys and girls. So we got Rodriguez, which is the first pick of the night. Then we got Roundtree, money fight. Then we got Gore, another money fight. Then we got Cortez,
the lock of the night.
And then we got Griffin.
Yes, sir.
And that's it for the picks. And stay tuned. By the way, I'm gonna be me and DC are gonna be talking about the formula, how we do the picks. I might have a different idea. I will share it with them, and if we agree on something, we'll let you know. Or we might share something about the videos, which It just occurred to me while I was talking. So, and anyways, catch you boys and girls later in the next one. Have a good night. See ya.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.